Good morning, everyone. You are looking live at Central West Virginia, where snow is coming out of the sky. Yes, it is winter. We knew that going in, and as I look out the window behind my screen, the snow is coming down, and the ground is kind of covered, so it must have been pretty recent. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's doing good. It is Monday, December 8th. And it is another work week for people that are working. It is another beginning of a week. We're getting closer to Christmas. There's a lot of things going on, but it's kind of cool and cold today. I have a trip to make today. I'm going to Wheeling, for anyone that knows where that is from me. So it's a nice little jaunt. Good morning, Deborah. Nice to have you along this morning. I don't know if Braxton County has a delay or not, but it's good that you're up. I hope we have some other morning warriors out there. It's 7:30. It's not 7 now, so it is easier to. You get a half an hour more sleep and can still get here at 7:30. Anyway, I have an announcement. Speaking of 7:30, I have an announcement for tomorrow. I have a pretty important appointment in the Kanawha Valley tomorrow morning. So I am going to do Facebook Live, but I'm going to do it at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, 6:30. So for all of you all that are up at 6:30, we'd love to have you along. Yeah, I figured probably they did, Deborah. We'd love to have you along at 6:30. I will be on here live, but of course, you can get up at your regular time at 7 or 7:30 or 8 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and watch it. But it will be at 6:30 live. It will be live at 6:30. So we'll see if there's anybody up at 6:30. But anyway, I got some neat stories today. Don't forget 6:30 tomorrow a.m. I have some fun stories today, so I'm gonna get started on them. But I'm enjoying a little bit the cold, which is odd for me. I'm not a cold fan, but I've done a few things. Yesterday I was out, although it wasn't super cold yesterday afternoon. I was out doing a couple things. My family puts up a star every Christmas, and I needed to put some new lights on it, and so I worked on that or played with that really. Because it's something I really enjoy. But anyway, let's get started. My first story is about President Trump. He becomes the first U.S. president to host the Kennedy Center Honors. And he gave Lifetime Achievement Awards were given out to actors Sylvester Stallone, Michael Crawford, Kiss, the rock band, and singers Gloria Gaynor and George Strait. So that went on yesterday. Good morning, Sue. Thank you for safe travels. I'm looking forward to once again getting out on the roads like I do frequently. So anyway, that happened. Now, I have a lot of stories from the past today. For some reason, 1947 came up a lot. But anyway, this story is from 1981. The public relations firm Talbot looked to promote one of its clients, which was Butterball Turkey. So they started a holiday hotline. This is 1981, right? Now you'd think by now people would have figured out how to make, good morning, Tom, how to make turkeys. But no. Today they have 50 experts still answering 100,000 questions. 100,000 questions in November and December for people experiencing turkey trauma. Now, with all the information out there, there's so much information about how to make a turkey. It's everywhere, all over the internet. Anywhere you look, on the turkey, for that matter, when you buy it. It's everywhere, but still, 100,000 people feel that they need to call in and get some expert advice from Butterball on how to make their turkey. I just thought that was kind of an interesting story. Speaking of interesting story, who knows what pickleball is? I know a lot of people nowadays know what pickleball is, even if they have never played it. people know what pickleball is. It was invented, I got a little bit of history, and actually I'm going to talk about pickleball maybe all week, a little bit every day, because it's kind of fascinating to me watching pickleball history and growth and things like that. And I have played for the first time this summer. I like it. I think it's a fun game. I like doubles more than singles because in doubles, you don't have to move very far. You still have to hit the ball, but you don't have to move very far. In singles, you got to go side to side. And I know it's not a big space, but hey, doubles are better for me. Anyway, so it was invented in 1965 on Blaine Bridge Island in Washington, the state of Washington. Bill Pale and Joel Pritchard created the game. Now, what is pickleball? For those few people, good morning, Janet. Nice to have you along. For those few people, or maybe not few people, there's a lot of people who don't know what pickleball is. It is a game that combines the elements of tennis, badminton, and table tennis. Well, why did these two guys in 1965 invent this game? Because they wanted a new game? Because they were excited about creating a new sport? No. Because their children were bored. That's the reason they did it. In the summertime, their children were bored. So they grabbed things they had around the house, and they had some ping pong paddles. They had a waffle ball. They had a badminton net. So they put a badminton net up, used the ping pong paddles to hit the wiffle ball across it. And of course, on a hard surface. That's how it started. Now, this outdoor game has really gained popularity, and it really, even though it started in 1965, it was not very well known until 2020, because it became a game that during the pandemic that everybody could play, like in their driveway, for that matter, just anywhere. You could play it almost anywhere you had a hard surface, and all ages could play. 8 or 80, as the old saying goes. So it became popular and started growing, and it's continued to grow. In March 2023, which is a little bit dated, but hey, it's the information I got, 48.3 million Americans had played the game in the last 12 months. So 48 million Americans had played, and it's not slowing down. I'm sure the numbers continue to grow because my number grew. I was somebody who grew. Good morning, Brenda. Nice to have you. Because in March of 2023, I had not played, so I was added to that 48.3 million adults. But it continues to grow, and I got some more stories I have a feeling about pickleball this week, so stay tuned for that. I got 2 stories from 1947, all right? And I think you'll enjoy these. I know I did. In 1947, an ad agency wrote a campaign for De Beers Diamond Company. It would forever change the way we see diamonds. The slogan was, and I quote, "A diamond is forever." Sound familiar? Well, it was seen, and now diamond engagement rings, after that slogan, diamond engagement rings became basically required for brides-to-be. Before that, not so much. I'm not saying that nobody got them, but after that ad, and it crossed the country, all of a sudden now it became the trend to have a diamond engagement ring. And so diamond engagement rings were born. Women win once again, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm glad women win. I like women. Women's one of my 2 favorite genders. Okay, so I got another story from 1947. Grace Hopper's team at Harvard struggled to understand why their Mark II computer kept failing. Now, these are early on computers, right? 1947. This is the probably room size or building size computers. But it kept shutting down. Or other than shut down, it just wouldn't work right. It wasn't going to work right. So they shut it down, and they opened up the panel, and they discovered there was a moth jammed in the relay that was causing the whole problem. And in their entry logbook, they simply said that they debugging. That's how they fixed it, debugging. And as we know today, That is the standard program slogan for fixing a computer, debugging it. And that's where it came from, that silly little moth in 1947. In case you were wondering where that came from. If you weren't, now you know anyway. So I found a couple quotes, excuse me, as I drink my now lukewarm tea. I found a quote that really fits me perfectly. And it's from a West Virginia native, Chuck Yeager. Most people know who Chuck Yeager is worldwide or nationwide, and certainly in West Virginia, because he's from here. This is his quote, and I quote, "Unfortunately, many people do not consider fun as an important item on their daily agenda. For me, that was always a high priority in whatever I was doing." I love that quote. It fits me perfectly. I'm all about having fun in whatever I'm doing, and whether it's work or play or wherever. So Chuck Yeager agrees with me. Now I have another quote. This is the day that, well, actually, John Glenn passed away in 2016, and he had a interesting quote, I think, that I'm going to share with you, and it is, I quote, "We are more fulfilled when we are involved in something bigger than ourselves." And you know, I've noticed that in my life, that, you know, if I'm really helping to do something, you know, I can, I don't know, I just enjoy, you know, doing something for other people, especially if it's a lot bigger than me. Now, Janet said that there's no sound, that she's not hearing me. Is everybody hearing me? I'm guessing it's a her problem, but since no one else has said anything after, you know, over 10 minutes into this. But anyway, I enjoy helping people. Now, I read a story that reminded me of something I had already knew, but maybe let slip away at times. And this is my final story. God doesn't always answer prayers, what I would say, in a hurry. Okay? Now, I was reading Habakkuk, and in that book in the Bible, he was burdened with God's silence. He wasn't hearing from God. And he didn't hear, you know, immediate answers. And you know what? Maybe you won't either. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee there'll be times in your life when you are asking God and you don't hear anything fast. Well, life can, you know, feel unfair at times. But this is my advice to you. When you can't hear God, read God. Open your Bible, search out topics. There's all kinds of places, you know, if there's something that's burdening you, or that there's something going on in your prayers, you know, you can find topics everywhere. Study it. Let it speak to your heart. I have done this multiple times in my life, and kind of at times have forgotten that sometimes. But, you know, our example is Jesus. And what did Jesus do in the wilderness, right? He kept saying, "It is written, it is written." He didn't hear from heaven. You know, when he was being attacked by Satan in the wilderness, God was silent. He wasn't talking to him. But see, Jesus already had words of the Bible, words of God that were in him. That's the reason he kept answering Satan's accusations with, "It is written, it is written." The power was in the word, and that's what he was using. So it is our weapon against Satan. It is our source of strength, is the words. Now, Habakkuk teaches us that faith doesn't require immediate answers. It does require to keep going. Keep going. By the end of the book, Habakkuk had learned the art of waiting on God's timing. So I would say in a season of unanswered prayers, just read the Bible and let your faith grow in the silence. Because trust me, he won't always be silent. And Habakkuk does a wonderful job of illustrating that. If you've never read that book in the Bible, it's short, and it's in a time when God wasn't talking to his people much. but Habakkuk figured it out, and so should we. So with that, I'm going to close today. Remember, tomorrow live is at 6:30. Although you can watch it all day long, just go to my Facebook page. All right. So listen, you guys, stay warm. It's windy and snowy and yucky outside, and I'm going to have to go out there in a little while. That's okay. I'll be in a nice warm van most of the day. You guys be blessed and have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.